Hey there, future millionaires! Welcome back to the channel. It's awesome to have you here again. I'm genuinely hoping your day is going fantastic, no matter where you're tuning in from around this amazing world of ours. Today, we're diving into XRP, and wow, what a ride it's been! Let me pull up the one-day chart for you here. We're currently sitting at $2.31, and here's what's happening. XRP took a bit of a tumble today, following the broader market trend. We're looking at an 8.41% drop, which I know might have some of you feeling a little nervous. But here's the thing. Now, if you caught yesterday's video, and if you didn't, no worries, I'll catch you up real quick. I was showing you guys the 7-day chart where XRP was doing this interesting sideways dance. You know what I mean? It was just moving back and forth, and honestly, it looked like it was getting ready to spring upward like a coiled spring. But here's the plot twist nobody saw coming. It decided to go the complete opposite direction. I know, sometimes the market just loves to keep us on our toes, right? And check this out. Bitcoin just dropped back down to 106K too. Can you believe that? It's like we're stuck in this crazy pattern where every single time the market looks like it's about to explode upward and break free, bam, something comes out of nowhere and knocks it right back down. And you know what everyone's talking about in the comments and forums? Market manipulation. I'm seeing it everywhere. People are pointing fingers and saying this can't just be coincidence anymore.
So earlier today, I actually made a post about this. And let me tell you what I said because it's super important for everyone to understand. I wrote, "Hey everyone, XRP is taking another hit. But here's the key thing I did. I put Bitcoin's chart right next to it. And why did I do that? Because I wanted to show you something crucial that a lot of people are missing. It's not just XRP that's bleeding out here. The entire market is moving down together like dominoes falling. But here's what drives me crazy sometimes. People tunnel vision on XRP's red numbers and completely ignore that Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything else is doing the exact same thing. This pattern is going to keep happening over and over again until we finally break free from Bitcoin's grip. And when do I think that magical moment will happen? Once we get some clear regulations in place. That's when XRP can truly spread its wings and fly on its own. Alright, so I came across this absolutely brilliant post from Marty Party. And guys, this caught my attention immediately. He's talking about something that could be a total game changer for all of us in crypto. Get this. There's a bill that could slash crypto manipulation by a whopping 70 to 90%, literally overnight. I mean, can you imagine? Now, Marty's being honest here. He says it's not perfect. Nothing ever is, right? But listen to this. He calls it the biggest anti-manipulation hammer Congress has ever swung at crypto. That's some serious language right there. So what exactly are we talking about? It's called the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act of 2025. That's a mouthful, but remember that name because it could change everything. And here's where it gets really exciting. Trump's White House is saying they'll sign this thing before Christmas. So we're talking weeks, not months or years. It's got the same foundation as that Fit 21 bill from 2024, but this new version, it's even tougher on fraud. They're not messing around this time. This bill is absolutely ruthless when it comes to killing manipulation, and I mean ruthless. Let me break down just how powerful this thing is going to be. First up, wash trading and fake volume, gone. You know how crazy this sounds? Right now, 40% of Bitcoin's volume on major exchanges like Binance, Bybit, and OKX is just wash trading. Basically, fake trades designed to trick and liquidate people using leverage. This stuff has been illegal in the stock market since 1936. But crypto? It's been the Wild West until now. Here's where it gets really intense. The CFTC will have real-time surveillance that automatically flags anyone canceling more than 90% of their orders. And if you get caught, you're delisted in just 48 hours. No appeals, no second chances. They're going after everything. Spoofing, layering, ghost orders, all those sneaky tactics that make up 1 in 5 large trades right now. The CFTC will require complete order book transparency plus proof of reserves. And get this, front-running becomes a felony. Not just a fine, an actual felony. Remember, the CFTC already hammered Binance with a $4.3 billion fine for wash trading just last year, so they're not playing around. Once this clarity hits, every single US-facing exchange has to register as a digital commodity exchange. Monthly audits become mandatory. Fail one and you're instantly banned. They're even blocking offshore manipulators at the internet provider level for US users. This is coming, guys, and when it does, the entire market will transform overnight. I genuinely believe crypto will change forever, and here's the beautiful part. This is going to be huge for utility-driven cryptocurrencies like XRP. And here's the moment we've all been waiting for. We will finally break free from Bitcoin's shadow. No more following its every move up and down. Now, Nate Garassi just dropped some absolutely massive news that has me buzzing with excitement. He's saying that sometime in the next 2 weeks, yes, you heard that right, just 2 weeks, he expects the launch of the first spot XRP ETFs. Think about this for a second, guys. The SEC had been going after Ripple with open litigation for 5 whole years, and that battle only ended 3 months ago. Can you believe how far we've come? And here's what Nate said that really hit me. He thinks the launch of spot XRP ETFs represents the final nail in the coffin of those previous anti-crypto regulators. What a way to put it. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Wait, don't we already have the Rex Osprey ETF? And you're absolutely right. But here's the exciting part. It looks like we could be getting even more of them within the next 2 weeks. And when that happens, oh man, this cryptocurrency is going to absolutely take off. Just imagine all that institutional money flowing in. Pension funds, hedge funds, major investment firms, all of them finally getting easy access to XRP. That's going to be a tsunami of capital. Guys, I have this incredible feeling that this week is going to be absolutely massive for Ripple and XRP. Like, potentially game-changing massive. Whew. Here's what's got me so excited. We're expecting several major announcements, and get this. The financial elite are literally gathering right now at Ripple Swell, which kicks off today. Can you feel that energy building? Now, the million-dollar question everyone's asking me is, are we going to see XRP's price skyrocket during Ripple Swell? And honestly, I wish I had a crystal ball, but we really don't know what bombshells are going to drop yet. What I can tell you is this. This is hands down the biggest swell event we have ever witnessed in this entire space. And when I looked at the guest list, oh my goodness, the names on there are absolutely incredible. I'm talking about some serious heavy hitters from the financial world. I literally cannot wait to see what these powerhouses are going to reveal this time around. Plus, and this is just my gut feeling, I'm pretty confident that Ripple themselves are sitting on some major announcement that they're going to drop like a mic at this event. The timing just feels too perfect, you know? Hold up. We've got breaking news that's absolutely huge. Are you sitting down? Because this is big. U.S. institutions can now, as in right now, today, execute over-the-counter spot trades in XRP directly through Ripple Prime. Let me tell you why this is such a massive deal. This isn't some future promise or coming soon announcement that we're used to hearing. This is happening right now. We're talking about pre-ETF access to real, actual liquidity straight from the source itself. Not through some third party, not through complicated workarounds, directly from Ripple. And here's what makes this so incredible. Ripple just launched their digital asset spot prime brokerage specifically for the US market. Think about what this means. Major institutions, the big players with serious money, now have a direct pipeline to XRP liquidity before ETFs even hit the scene. This is operational, guys. Not a beta test, not a trial run. This is the real deal happening right now. And here's what's really smart about the timing. This is happening right before those ETFs launch. I don't think this is just a coincidence, guys. I genuinely believe this had to happen at this exact moment for a very strategic reason. But here's the part that's got me really excited. This is absolutely going to drive XRP's price up. And you know what? Let me break this down for you in the simplest way possible, because when you see it laid out like this, it's going to make perfect sense. All right, this next explanation comes from Good Evening Crypto, and oh my gosh, this is brilliant. They created this perfect analogy that's going to make everything click for you. Picture this. They call it the XRP candy store, and it's about to blow your mind how simple this makes everything. So imagine XRP is candy sitting in a store, right? The store shelves are like our exchanges, and right now, there's only about $1.5 billion worth of candy on display for everyone to see. Now, here's where it gets interesting. You've got kids, that's us retail investors, coming in and buying 1 or 2 pieces of candy at a time. Pretty normal, right? But then, the big grown-ups show up. These are the institutions with Ripple Prime. And they're not messing around. They come in and buy entire boxes worth $10 million or more all at once. And here's the kicker. They take those whole boxes completely out of the store and lock them away in their safe ETF wallets. So what happens next? The shelf suddenly has way less candy for everyone else. When the next kid walks in wanting some candy, guess what? They have to pay way more because there's barely any left. That's supply lockup in action, folks. Less candy equals higher prices. I absolutely love this explanation because it perfectly shows what's happening with Ripple Prime in terms anyone can understand. And here's what's got me really pumped. We're going to see serious scarcity for XRP, and we haven't even hit retail FOMO yet. Can you imagine? When that FOMO wave finally hits, it's going to be absolutely insane. But this time around, we're not just getting retail FOMO, we're getting institutional FOMO too. Double the demand, way less supply. Do the math. Vivo Power and K-Weather sign heads of agreement for XRP Reserve and Weathercoin project. All right, so here's what's happening. And this story is absolutely fascinating. Let me tell you about K-Weather, which is South Korea's biggest weather data company. These guys have been around since 1997, so they're not some startup playing around. They just went public this year in 2024. But here's where it gets really interesting. K-Weather has set themselves a pretty ambitious goal. They want to become the first and only publicly listed South Korean company that gives investors exposure to both XRP and actual Ripple Labs shares. Talk about making a statement. Now, Vivo Power is jumping into this deal in a big way. They're getting 2 out of 5 seats on K-Weather's board and becoming the second largest shareholder with a solid 20% stake in the company. But here's what I want you to really pay attention to. Both of these companies are laser-focused on XRP. They both clearly see the massive value that XRP brings to the table. And guess what they're planning to do? Lock away XRP, just like we talked about with that candy store analogy. And this is just the beginning, guys. We're going to see more and more companies following this exact playbook because they're finally understanding what XRP's use case really is. This isn't just some speculative crypto. XRP has genuine, real-world value that these smart money players can't ignore anymore. Ripple's custody momentum continues. Acquires Palisade. Here's another acquisition. Okay, this just dropped yesterday, November 3rd, 2025, straight out of San Francisco. And it's another massive move that shows exactly where Ripple is heading. So Ripple, you know, the financial tech powerhouse that's been building crypto solutions for businesses, just made a huge announcement. They've acquired Palisade. And if you haven't heard of them, they're a digital asset wallet and custody company that's been making waves in the space. Now, why is this such a big deal? This acquisition is going to massively expand Ripple's custody capabilities, which means they can now directly serve the core needs of fintech companies, crypto-native firms, and major corporations all under one roof. And here's what I keep seeing over and over again. Notice the pattern here, guys? It's all about institutions when it comes to Ripple. Every single move they make, every acquisition, every partnership, it's all designed to capture that massive institutional market. They're not chasing retail traders, they're going after the big money, the serious players who move billions, not millions. And let me tell you about the incredible tech that comes with this acquisition. This stuff is seriously cutting edge. First up, they've got this amazing multi-party computation security solution. Now, I know that sounds super technical, but here's what it actually does. It takes your wallet keys and splits them into little pieces called shards. Think of it like breaking a secret code into multiple parts, so no single person or system can access everything. Pretty genius, right? Then there's this zero trust architecture, and I love this name because it literally means they don't trust anyone. Every single user and device has to go through strict verification before they can access any network resources. No exceptions, no shortcuts. But here's where it gets really practical. They can do fast wallet provisioning, which means they can quickly create and deploy brand new digital wallets for customers at massive scale. We're talking about serving thousands of institutions without breaking a sweat. Plus, they've got multi-chain support, so you can hold and manage digital assets across completely different blockchains all in one place. And get this, they've even got DeFi integration, so you can interact with decentralized finance protocols like lending platforms or yield farming directly through their system. And just like everything else we've been talking about today, the timing of this acquisition isn't random either. This happened at a very specific moment for a very specific reason. You know what's really smart about this move? I remember Brad Garlinghouse once mentioned that custody services are incredibly expensive, like ridiculously expensive for most companies. And I think that comment gives us a huge clue about Ripple's master plan here. What I believe Ripple is doing is positioning themselves to become the ultimate one-stop shop for everything tokenized assets. Think about it. When a company decides to tokenize an asset, whether it's real estate, commodities, or whatever, they immediately face this massive problem. Where the heck do they safely store it? That's where Ripple wants to step in and say, hey, we've got you covered. They want to be the custody solution that everyone turns to. And here's what I'm betting on. Knowing Ripple's track record of disrupting expensive traditional systems, I'm pretty confident they're going to offer the most affordable custody solution on the market. It's classic Ripple strategy, right? Take something that's overpriced and complicated in the traditional world and make it cheaper, faster, and way more accessible. They did it with cross-border payments, and now they're doing it with custody. All right, so this comes from Barry C. And man, this post hit me right in the feels because it's showing us exactly what's happening right now. And it's wild how history keeps repeating itself. Let me paint this picture for you. Back in 2017, XRP was sitting at less than a penny, and literally nobody wanted it. Then 2018 hits. Boom! XRP rockets over $3 and suddenly everyone's like, oh my god, I need XRP. Classic FOMO, right? Fast forward to 2020. XRP drops to 19 cents and guess what? Nobody wants it again. Then 2021 comes around. It explodes over $1 and suddenly everybody's best friend again. Here's where it gets crazy. Early 2024, XRP is chilling at 50 cents and people are literally saying, XRP is dead, nobody wants it. Then boom, end of 2024, it rockets over $2 and suddenly everyone's scrambling to get in again. And right now, here we are at $2.31 and what are people saying? Apparently XRP is dead and nobody wants it at these prices. Barry's absolutely right. Once again, people are going to fumble this incredible opportunity. You know what's funny? I was talking about XRP last year when it was sitting at 50 cents, and I can't tell you how many people kept telling me, come on, man, it's never going over $1. But I knew. I absolutely knew. We were eventually going to see this price breakout. We were all sitting there waiting for that Ripple versus SEC case to end because that was supposed to be the big catalyst that would send XRP to the moon. But here's what I think is absolutely mind-blowing. I don't even think XRP is fully corrected from the SEC case ending yet. We're still just getting started. I genuinely believe XRP is massively undervalued right now. In my opinion, it should easily be sitting above $10 already. It's not just XRP that is affected, as many are speculating. It is YouTube's policy change for crypto this month. Alright, so YouTube just dropped some new rules that honestly have me scratching my head. They're now treating investments in cryptocurrencies like XRP as gambling. Can you believe that? I mean, seriously? Now look, I get it when it comes to meme coins. We've all seen the absolute carnage with rug pulls and scams in that space. Those can definitely feel like gambling because you're basically throwing darts at a board hoping something sticks. But XRP? Come on. How is investing in a cryptocurrency that has consistently appreciated in value over time considered gambling? XRP has proven itself again and again, showing real growth and real utility. That's not gambling. That's smart investing. Here's how I see it, and tell me if you agree. When somebody decides to invest in something, and they've actually done their homework, seen the real value in what they're putting their money into, researched where it's headed, how is that gambling? I mean, let's be honest here. Everybody and their grandmother knows that a massive breakout is coming with XRP. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. We can all feel it building up. So how exactly is that gambling? The only way you actually lose money is if you panic sell on a day like today when XRP is in the red. But if you understand what you're holding and you believe in the long-term vision, that's not gambling. That's strategic investing with conviction. But here's what we all know as XRP holders. These red days, they always, and I mean always, turn into beautiful green days eventually. The rebound is coming, just like it always does. Remember the golden rule. You only lose when you sell. On days like today, you've got two choices. Do absolutely nothing, or buy the dip if you can. Everyone who's been in this space for a while knows this by heart. You know what? I've been thinking a lot lately, and I want to be completely honest with you all. Once I get every single one of you to the finish line, because that's exactly what I set out to do when I started this channel, I'll probably be done with YouTube. I might move on to something totally different, or maybe I'll just ride off into the sunset with my XRP holdings and enjoy the life-changing wealth we've all built together. But listen to me carefully. I am not going anywhere until I get each and every one of you across that finish line. That's what this channel has always been about from day one. I want every single person watching this to get life-changing money from their XRP investment. That's my mission. That's my promise to you. And along this incredible journey, I'm going to keep you as optimistic and positive as humanly possible, because I know there are new investors discovering XRP every single day. These newcomers need to understand the absolute gold mine they're holding when they get XRP. I want to educate them on what XRP is truly built to accomplish in this world. So let's see where this amazing ride takes us next. Here's the one thing I know for absolute certain. As long as you stay patient and keep that positive mindset, we are going to get rich together. That's not a hope, that's a promise. All right, everyone, I'm going to wrap up this video right here. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching and being part of this incredible community. I genuinely appreciate all of you more than you know. I'll see you in the next one, and until then, have an absolutely fantastic night.